Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another review. This time around for Wind Rose's new album, Warfront, coming out this upcoming Friday. Now, I got to check out this album, and it gave me a certain feeling that I wanted to share with you guys. There's a lot of power metal bands that come out nowadays, but for some reason, they lean very heavy in terms of vocal performance on either these kind of high-pitch, very virtuoso vocal kind of styles, or something that's a reminiscent of Rob Halford or something like Beast in Black. And there's a lot of really popular and good bands in power metal, but I miss the time when you would listen to music and the vocalist didn't have to be the best in the world, but they sounded unique. Sort of like Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead. I absolutely love how he sounds. He's not the best singer in the world, but he just had such a unique voice. I think it's the same of Francesco of Wind Rose. He just has this thing about him that helps carry across their message of dwarf metal so well, and the music is just so good. I discovered this band with their single Gates of Urkand, which is from Warfront, and then I dived into like Diggy Diggy Hole, other different songs and singles, but I also actually jumped into their previous album, Winter Saga, before I got to check out this album, just to see, kind of prepare myself what I'm gonna hear. And I enjoyed the album. I thought it was a great album. It was fun. It was great. But when it came to this particular album, Warfront, it just felt more nuanced. It felt more technical. It felt like they were really displaying what they were all about. And the album was just, to me, it was just really good. Is it an automatic classic in the power metal catalog like Blind Guardian or Iced Earth for me? Perhaps not. But it's a really good record. And the fact that it's just centered around Lord of the Rings and Warhammer, me being a big nerd when it comes to video games or even fantasy movies, it just hit me on a different level. The thing about this album is, I would say every song on the album is good, but something like Gates of Urkand or Together We Rise are very single-focused kind of songs, and they're meant to capture your attention, but I don't think they're the best songs on this album. I thought the Battle of the Five Armies about Lord of the Rings, or sorry, I should say The Hobbit, was really, really good. It's my favorite song in the album. It's technical. It's over 7 minutes long. I Am the Mountain was such a fantastic song. I think all the treasures and all the best songs of this album are actually the ones you haven't heard yet. And the record overall, this band just overall has such a nice way of capturing your attention and giving you addictive riffs and choruses that you want to kind of almost sing along and chant to, but at the same time they have enough technicality to boost. So I think they strike a really nice balance of the two, of giving you both of a little bit of both worlds. And I think it's also their attitude, their music videos, their energy that you feel that really carries across. And I'm a big guy when it comes to emotion, what it makes me feel. A lot of power metal bands that I listen to, for example, I do find Battle Beast to be interesting and I enjoyed their previous album, but it doesn't strike with me on the same emotional level as something like this does. I feel like I want to jump into a war and fight along with all the creatures of Lord of the Rings. And when I've heard the song Battle of the Five Armies, I never got that feeling listening to Battle Beast, or as a matter of fact, many other power metal bands out there nowadays. And I missed, again, the days of just like pure raw energy, that AC/DC, that ZZ Top energy, that I think Wind Rose has within their DNA, along with obviously the lore and mythology that they put on top of it. They're obviously get up, and from what I understand, they're really awesome live. And their songwriting is the combination of the elements together. It's like if you pick apart the guitar work or the drum work or even the production, his vocals, by themselves, they might not impress, right? But together, combined as this one entity, that's where it really, really strikes. I think it was true when Tomas talked about Dawn of Souls of Wolf of Heart, that he's saying, I'm not the best musician out there. I think it's my songwriting that pulls everything together. I think it's very true for this band as well. It's the culmination of all the elements. It's Francesco's vocals, and then their guitars and drums, and how they jive with one another, how much they spend effort on creating really interesting, visually appealing music videos. I think it all adds to what I think is a really solid record. In general, 2022 has been a good year for heavy metal. I really enjoyed this album. Every single one of the songs. It's a long album, I would say. I think it's close to an hour. And I think people are going to come away obviously not being a tremendous fan of the band, I don't know every single album. I have a feeling that most people are gonna come away pleased, and I feel like even ultra fans of the band are gonna come away surprised, perhaps, by the level of growth, or at least from Winter Saga to this particular album that this band has had. And I feel like that there's still a mountain to climb for them and to kind of expand and spread their wings. And that was my thoughts on the album and kind of how I really enjoyed it. I actually had an interview with Francesco on this channel. We really nerded out about Warhammer and LARPing and D&D and all that kind of stuff. If you guys want to check it out, make sure to go to my interview section and playlist and check that out as well. I'll try to make sure I put a link down below for that. And guys, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Let me know what your opinion on this album is and the band as well. And keep it metal.